I noticed a change in my life since joining the church. Things have been a lot better. I seem to cope with things a lot better since joining the church and having friends here at church, and of course having my aunt here, Margaret Patton. She helps a lot, and I help her a lot. So, and a Missy.
Thank you.
It wouldn't be the same without Missy here.
I'd been out of church for a number of years, and I had no intention of going to church. And I heard this voice in my head. I was attending a funeral, and I heard this voice in my head telling me, Dorothea Marie, go back to church. You belong here. When I made the commitment to myself, then I made the commitment to God. And it's like Rusty, it's just cleaned up my life. When something breaks for me that I'm surprised, like right now I'm so blind I can't hardly find anything. And when I do now, I say, oh, thank you, Lord, for giving me memory to find this thing. And you know, God is in my life.
I'm her sight now.
Yeah, well, it gets to get me to church and across bridges and dams and high water. And
I think being here and drawing energy from the congregation, and especially the way this church helps the community. This is a true church that serves the community, and without this church, I would not have the moral foundation. Our children would not have the moral foundation, and especially our grandkids would not have the moral foundation that they have.
My relationship through the church has grown, I think, with my involvement. I feel like I've been a part of helping a great facility look great, part of the decision making, and that's part of my relationship where I feel good about myself and the church.
Well, I like to believe that we're all a work in progress, myself included. So I feel like my relationship with Christ obviously has grown as I have learned from infancy, again, what a church is, what having a relationship with Christ is like. I have felt most connected with the church, I feel like, when I'm serving the church and when I'm trying to help be the arms and feet, if you will, of Jesus.
As I said, when I was little, you don't think about it too much. But when you get a little bit older, you have families, you have children, which I wanted my children to know all about God. And when you go through an illness, you find out that He's there. And you can talk to Him anytime you want. So He has got me through some really rough times.
I grew up with a pretty close relationship with God, and then I kind of got away when I went away to college. But it continues to grow today. I really like the services that our pastor, Josh, does now. It's very meaningful in my life and helps me to focus on the needs out there and on myself.
I feel like it's definitely grown a lot. I joined with annual conference last year, and while I was at annual conference, I accepted my call to ministry. And during that time, I've just been discerning more with God and listening to more what I should be doing. And I'm still in a place where it's like, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but when it happens, it's going to happen.
The combination with God and Pastor Josh and my wife and the congregation has grown tremendously. I've learned a lot, but by the same token, I have a long way to go and a lot to learn. And kind of amazing to be at this age to be in a situation that I'm blessed and thankful for.
Well, my relationship with God has grown mostly due to Pastor Josh's sermons. They're biblically based, and I learn something new every Sunday. I also feel that I have grown by getting involved in smaller groups and some of the committees and so on and so forth that Greenwood United Methodist Church has to offer. I feel that in smaller groups you learn from other people and you learn how to lead a Christian life together.
I think for pastors who are vocational Christians, it can be a challenge to differentiate our relationship with God and the job that we do. And they are certainly not the same thing. I will say that I have found the need for Sabbath and silence to be essential to the longevity of my work, but also it's grown my personal relationship with God. So I think I've really grown in my practice of Sabbath, of taking time away, and taking time to nurture my relationship with God as an individual.